Russian forces' attempts to advance in eastern Ukraine have been slow and bloody, and followed a grim pattern. Weeks of bombardment, destruction of infrastructure that forces civilians to flee, and more shelling and artillery fire until there is little left for Ukrainians to defend. That was the state of Popasna on Sunday when Ukrainian officials said Russian soldiers took control of what remained of the town. They are advancing from all sides, but there is no place left intact where they could establish a foothold. The head of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration, Serhiy Haidai, said on Saturday. The next morning, Mr. Haidai said the Ukrainians had left their positions, leaving the ruins to the Russians. For more than 2 months, Popasna and its surroundings have been so heavily bombarded that Mr. Haidai said last week that Russia was removing it from the map of the Luhansk region. A 22-minute video of drone footage released last week on Russian social media channels offered a glimpse of the destruction, with barely a building left standing. Military analysts have described Popasna as a strategic prize because it sits on top of a hill that dominates the area, allowing Russian forces to direct artillery fire from a commanding position. Russian forces are seeking to encircle the Ukrainians along the eastern front, with some of the fiercest fighting playing out in areas that have been on the front line of Ukraine's 8-year-long war with Russia-backed separatists in the regions of Luhansk and Donetsk. But Russia's progress in recent weeks has been slow and uneven. Ukrainian forces have often resisted until there are few civilians or pieces of intact infrastructure left to defend, and then staged tactical retreats to avoid capture. The likely next step for the Russian forces after driving the Ukrainians out of Popasna, according to military analysts at the Institute for the Study of War, Washington-based research institute, would be an attempt to advance west, seeking territory deeper inside Ukraine. But farther north, Ukrainians are on the offensive, continuing to take back territory around Kharkiv, the country's second-largest city. Russian forces destroyed several bridges while retreating from areas around Kharkiv, an indication that they would not attempt to cross the river in the other direction anytime soon, analysts said.